No one can forget one of the most tragic industrial accidents that occurred at Bhopal on the 3rd of December, 1984. Deadly gas from a chemical plant operated by Union Carbide escaped into the atmosphere, killing over 4,000 local residents and rendering blind and crippling a large section of the city's surviving population. Not only Bhopal, but now every city, every town, every corner of the earth is facing such a crucial problem. Every day, every moment we breathe polluted air and may become a victim of air pollution. A man can live without food for a month, without water for 2 or 3 days, but he cannot live without breathing even for a minute. It is estimated that an average adult exchanges 15 kilograms of air a day, in comparison to about 1.5 kilograms of the food consumed and 2.5 kilograms of water intake. It is obvious that the quantum of pollutants that enter our body through respiration would be manifold in comparison to those taken in through polluted water or contaminated food. Air is a mixture of gases comprising 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and a little less than 1% argon, together with 0.03% carbon dioxide. These elements make up 99.9% of dry air. As long as this composition is maintained, the air is pure. If this composition is altered, that is, the oxygen level gets reduced, or irritating gases enter the atmosphere, then the air is said to be polluted, and inhalation of this polluted air can lead to respiratory disorders. Our air is being poisoned with the byproducts of an expanding technological society. Air pollution is nothing new, but what is new is the scope and severity of air pollution. In recent times, quite a large number of industries can be seen in urban areas as well as in rural pockets. Most of these industries spew dense smoke from their chimneys. What is this smoke made of and how is it produced? Industries require steam, and to produce it, various fuels such as coal, coke, furnace oil are burnt. During burning, along with heat, smoke is also produced. Where does the smoke go? Apparently, it disappears in a short time, but in reality, it never does so. Instead, it mingles with the atmospheric air and pollutes it. We respire this polluted air containing obnoxious gases, ash, and dust particles. Without our knowledge, our lungs slowly become garbage dumps for these pollutants. Thermal power stations are rated the first among the industries that discharge high amounts of smoke and ash. Other significant industries contributing to air pollution are cement, steel, and ore processing industries. Some of the chemical industries also release toxic fumes into the air, along with smoke. The automobile exhausts are in no way less dangerous than the industrial smoke. It is reported that automobiles in Greater Kolkata alone spew about 1,500 tons of pollutants into the atmosphere every day. It is stated that a person living in Kolkata, whether he is a smoker or not, is forced to inhale toxic substances equivalent to smoking 2 packets of cigarettes a day. The levels of pollution in cities like Delhi, Mumbai, and Chennai are equally alarming. To meet the demands of an exploding population, the number of buses plying on the roads are being increased. Equally, a greater number of lorries and other goods carriers are on the move. Along with heavy vehicles, use of cars, jeeps, and two-wheelers such as bikes, scooters, and mopeds have increased dramatically, all contributing to significant levels of air pollution. Automobiles are responsible for 60% of air pollution in various parts of the world, as they release maximum carbon monoxide into the atmosphere. The menace of air pollution attributed to the automobile exhausts has now reached the peak level, and if this trend continues, we may have to wear nasal filters on our nose in future. The damage caused by pollution is enormous. In money alone, it represents a loss of billions of dollars each year. Many flower and vegetable crops suffer ill effects from car exhaust gases. Trees have been killed by pollution from power plants. Cattle have been poisoned by the fumes from smelters and recover aluminum from ore. Air pollution causes rubber tires on automobiles to crack and become porous. Fine buildings become shabby, their walls blackened with soot that has settled on them. Building surfaces may actually deteriorate because of air pollution. But the high cost of air pollution is most strikingly illustrated in its damaging effects on the human body. Air pollution causes eye irritations, scratchy throats, and respiratory illnesses. It also contributes to a number of serious diseases. In both the United States and Europe, periods of high levels of air pollution were linked to an increased number of deaths. Much direct harm is done by air pollution. Scientists are alarmed because the amounts of gases such as carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide in our atmosphere are increasing. These gases tend to trap the radiation that reaches the Earth from the sun, and as a consequence of which the atmosphere could become warmer. This process would eventually lead to global warming. Scientists have been concerned, too, about the widespread use of a substance that may destroy the atmospheric layer that protects us from harmful kinds of solar energy. This substance belongs to a group of chemicals and chlorofluorocarbons. It is used as a refrigerant and a cleaner, and was once widely used in spray cans. Another concern is acid rain. This is rain or other precipitation that contains oxides of sulfur and nitrogen, along with other chemicals. Acid rain causes damage in lakes and rivers. It poisons the plants and animals that live in the water. It may also affect crops and other plants, stone buildings and monuments, and drinking water. Acid rain affects everything it falls on. The water in rivers and lakes turns acidic. For instance, in Sweden, 4,000 lakes have been so severely affected that no fish has survived. It also changes the soil's nutrient content. It washes or leaches away nutrients like potassium, calcium, and magnesium from the upper layer that help trees grow. Acid rain kills large stretches of forests, leaving behind leafless skeletons of trees. When forests begin to die, the animals and birds in those forests follow. Among the growing list of species threatened by acid rain are the pied flycatcher and Apollo butterfly in Sweden. The dipperfish has vanished from the river of central Wales and the brown trout from Norwegian lakes. The list goes on. What about our health? Acid rain irritates the sensitive tissues of our eyes and lungs, particularly in children. It can also cause skin lesions. Living beings apart, even buildings are not spared. In Poland, the beautiful old buildings of Krakow are slowly being destroyed by acidic smog. In Athens, a city which is highly polluted, acid rain is eating into the marble of its world-famous monuments. Experts say that more damage has been done in the past 25 years than in the previous 2,000. There are 3 basic approaches to control air pollution: preventive measures, such as changing the raw materials used in industry or the ingredients of fuel; dispersal measures, such as raising the heights of smokestacks; and collection measures, such as designing equipment to trap pollutants before they escape into the atmosphere. Nearly all the highly industrialized countries of the world have some type of legislation to prevent and control air pollution. One difficulty is that pollutants may be carried by the wind from one country to another, often for distances of thousands of miles. The death of lakes in eastern Canada has been caused by acid rain that originated in the United States. Acids produced in Britain and France have caused damage in Sweden. There have been many initiatives in different countries for making law, setting standards and norms to check air pollution and ensure quality air. Air quality programs have brought improvements in many areas. For example, burning low-sulfur coal and oil in factories and power plants has lowered pollution in many cities. To meet standards, automobile engines have been redesigned, and new cars have been equipped with devices such as the catalytic converter, which changes pollutants into harmless substances. Because of these new devices, air pollution from car exhaust has also been reduced. It is not easy to bring about the new developments needed to control air pollution. Many people, physicians, engineers, meteorologists, botanists, and others, are involved in research, seeking new ways. Vast sums of money will have to be spent in the future to clean the air and to keep it clean. Often pollution control means higher prices, to cover the cost of control devices in emission systems of new cars, for example. But to most people, the cost is justified. Perhaps the day will come when people everywhere can breathe pure air in cities where the sunlight is no longer blocked by an umbrella of pollution.